Tyrese Maxey is back. Victor Wembanyama is now the number 1 player on the MVP ranking list. And last but not least, the Bucks are finally out of the playoffs. This is your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. My name is Levi Jacob, and let's get right into it. Spurs just won their 8th straight game. Wemby is now the number 1 MVP candidate. Really a straight up all-time run that the Spurs are on currently. Spurs beat Milwaukee 127-95, an absolute demolition. No Giannis in this game. Spurs had just about everybody tonight. Stephon Castle, 22, 10, and 10 for his 4th triple-double of the season. Beautiful highlight play. He dunked off of this incredible behind-the-back pass that Wembanyama did. He's out there looking like 7'6" Magic Johnson right now. It's totally insane. He's doing whatever he wants on the basketball court. And that's kind of just the summary of this franchise right now. Like, incredible athleticism, success, good basketball, hard-nosed basketball, hard-playing players out there. Like, it just sums up what the Spurs are at this moment in time. Wemby had 23, 15, and 6, 2 steals and a block, 7 of 21 shooting from the field, but ultimately 9 of 10 from the line. He had one of the modern age good defenders on him, so I don't blame him for the shooting percentages, especially because just look at the shots that he's taking. It's insane. He's doing the Harlem Globetrotter thing out there. That's the truth. Like, it just looks so insane. The Spurs never trailed, led by 28 at a certain point. They won by 32. 7 players in double figures. Bucks are out of the playoffs. This is ending their streak of 9 consecutive postseason appearances. Since Spurs are now 56 and 18, they're guaranteed no worse than the 2nd seed in the West, may rise to the number 1 seed if the OKC Thunder let up at all. They're just 2 games behind the Thunder. That's really close. It's uncomfortable for Thunder fans, including myself. I don't want to admit it, but this team is good. They're good and they're scary. I don't want to. I don't want to have to play against this team in the playoffs. And the last note about that is the fact that the ESPN MVP rankings have flipped. Victor Wembanyama is now number 1 officially, above SGA. Do I believe in my heart that should be the case? No, I don't think so. I think that SGA's offense is really something generational. However, Victor Wembanyama's defense is also something generational. There's somebody who said, I think it was maybe KOC, I don't remember. Maybe it was Nick Wright. We might be watching potentially the best defensive player of all time, like, emerge and just grow. And that's a crazy thought, because Bill Russell has existed in the NBA, because Rudy Gobert potentially winning 4 defensive players of the year. Like, that's just crazy. That's crazy, but it might really happen with Wembanyama. He really might do it. He might be the best player defensively in NBA history. His offense is not as good as SGA, but that's how good his defense is, that he right now, just based off of the past few games and how the Spurs are doing and everything, he probably should be ranked number 1 on the MVP. I still, again, would probably give it to SGA, but I'm also a Thunder fan, so do with that what you will. Next, Tyrese Maxey is back, man. Tyrese Maxey is back and looking better than ever. He finished with 26, 7, and 8 to keep the Philadelphia 76ers ahead 118-114. Very close game down the stretch. Some really late game heroics from LaMelo Ball to ultimately, though, miss a 3-pointer. He took a shot that didn't look like it was a shot. It looked like he accidentally lost the ball, went in. It was crazy from the 3-point line. He turns it on when he's in crunch time, and it's fun to see. Embiid also played in this game, 29, 8 of 19 from the field, but 10 of 13 from the line. Awesome facilitating, awesome scoring, using his gravity really well. Tyrese Maxey missed 20 days in a row and still looked great. Faster than ever, stronger than ever, really outstanding. Paul George also, by the way, played in this game. 26, 13, and 2. Hit the go-ahead 3 with 1:04 left after the Sixers trailed by 13. And then just built on that lead, and it was like a firefight to the end. Kept hitting shots back and forth. Sean Miller, 29 and 8 on 5 threes for Charlotte. He was looking good playing against his idol in Paul George. But Philly are now 41 and 33. They moved ahead of Charlotte, 39 and 35 by 2 games in the fight for 7th for the East. Both of these teams have less than 10 games moving forward into the remainder of the NBA season. So it's going to be really, really crazy down the stretch to see who fits in where. Next, the Grizzlies beat the Bulls. Coward, 24-9, hit 2 free throws with 6.5 seconds left to put Memphis up by 1. Not really so much to talk about here, honestly, aside from Coward having over 50% shooting for 24 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. He's played a very good game. Tyler Burton for them had 18 points. Montez Rosales had 29 and 10 with 3 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Really nice game from him. Colin Sexton had 26 points. Jones, 19, 9, and 6 with 2 steals. Josh Giddey, triple-double, 18, 13, and 10 with 2 steals and 3 blocks. Really, really an all-out effort from Josh Giddey in 35 minutes, but ultimately Memphis got the 1-point win. Detroit beat Minnesota 109-87, still without any Cade. Still no Cade. Detroit outscored Minnesota 60-32 in the paint. That's not going to be great. They also dominated them on the glass 52-28. So that's not a really close margin there, and usually rebounding is kind of a very, very, very big deciding factor for basketball games. No Anthony Edwards also. Dante DiVincenzo was the one who had 22 points this game. He also had 26 points in the last game. Rudy Gobert, 14 and 12 for them. Just kind of did it by committee, honestly. Jalen Duren kind of led the charge overall with 10, 13, and 5, but Tobias Harris was the highest leading scorer with 18. Minnesota shot 31.8%. Offensively very broken without Anthony Edwards and Ayo Dosunmu. DiVincenzo did what he could. Again, last game was 26 points for him. This game was 22 on 7 of 18 shooting, but just there was no cohesion, no structure. The Pistons moved to 54-20 and strengthened their number 1 seed holding right now. So they likely will finish out with the number 1 seed specifically because of the Celtics' inefficiencies and the Knicks kind of being all over the place. Next, the Hawks beat the Kings 123-113. Quinn Snyder wins his 500th game of his career. The Hawks had a 26-8 run at the end of the first half and just never looked back. Nickeil Alexander-Walker having a great game, 27 points, 7 of 14 shooting, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. He's having an outstanding season. Maybe should be most improved player. I love Denny. I think it should go to Denny, but at the very least, Nickeil Alexander-Walker deserves to be in that conversation from an offensive and defensive point of view. Really incredible. Jalen Johnson, also another one who deserves to be most improved player discussions, including he was an all-star. 26, 5, and 10, his 44th double-double of the season. And the Hawks are 15-2 in the last 17. Very, very nice stretch for them. Sacramento, man. Yeah, it was a fun season here and there. And I just wish them the best going into the postseason. That's the truth. Suns beat the Jazz 134-109. Not much to talk about on the Jazz side of the ball. Cal Poly get a nice game with 26. Bryce Sensabaugh also had 26. But Jalen Green, 31. He had a couple situations in which he tried to score 2s, didn't go in, and then he decided to take a step back like multiple times and take 3s, and then they went in. Great bit. Devin Booker, 26 points and 8 assists. Dylan Brooks also, by the way, is still out. But when everyone is playing, it's a fun team to watch. The Suns are fun. They play really scrappy, annoying defense and really good free-flowing offense. That brings us to the end of today's show. I want to thank you all for listening and watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.